Hi, I'm Kylie, and I'm one of the SMCCCD Study Abroad ambassadors, and I studied abroad in Florence 2024 spring semester.
Hi, I'm Vanessa. I am a SMCCD Study Abroad student ambassador, and I studied abroad in Florence, Italy in the spring of 2024. I think my initial impression of Florence was that it was just overall really beautiful. I mean, there was so much architecture, and I feel like it's the type of city that you see in movies, and you're just like, wow, like I hope I can go there one day. And that's kind of what it was going into that. I think I was obviously it's really different to like the United States, and I was already going in with like an open mind because I visit like my home country a lot, and I think just experiencing the culture and the food and the different norms that they have as a country and just their overall culture, like I would say beautiful, and I was really excited and open-minded. Yeah, just beautiful.
When I first landed in Florence, I was just wowed by all the beauty after like getting to our hotels, walking around the city and everything for the first time. It felt like I was in a literal movie. Like all the details of the architecture and everything were just so stunning, so detailed, and also like we had a walking tour when we first went there, and they kind of described the history behind the architecture and everything, and how it was all built kind of like more like handmade, I guess I'd say, without all the machinery that we have today, and how intricate the details are in comparison to how they are now on buildings that we see every day. Just walking around in the city and everything, it just was so stunning to look at and also think about everything that went into building those beautiful grand like churches, and the grand, just everything was just so grand. And I think the beauty of it really made adjusting to the city and getting used to it a lot more kind of easy, and more like I was doing it out of my free will, because I kind of just wanted to say yes to going out all the time and exploring the city, and walking around in it just made me feel so much like there was so much to see all the time. And I tried to go into it really open-minded, and yeah, I think just overall the beauty of the city really made that a lot easier.
I would say my favorite part about the like classroom and school aspect itself was, I think, just the classrooms. Like I feel like it was like a good size of people, and our teachers were like super interactive, and like it was really cool that the student professor like friendship that was going on there. Like I feel like our professors were super interactive with us, and it was so cool that we could just go to a field trip like down the street, or like to a really cool museum. And I think the like class sizes were really nice, and like just like the perfect size. And also it was really cool to just look out the window and see Florence itself, like the city, and you're just like, wow, like I'm not in regular school, like be doing two things at once, like getting to know a whole different city while also enriching yourself with like learning. And yeah, and my professors were all really cool and awesome.
I really enjoyed the more interactive learning experience. A lot of our classes came with free museum visits and everything that were included in the classes, and a lot of what was shown in some of the museums there were related to the material that we were learning in class, so that really made the material and classroom experience a lot more engaging. And also talking to the professors and everything, we kind of had smaller classes, so it was really cool to get to know the professors more and have them give us recommendations about the city, and vice versa.
I think studying abroad was really like a big learning experience. I think not only did it like really let me see like the whole world from another perspective, like from traveling and stuff like that, I think it just taught me so much about myself. And I feel like just as a person, like I've grown so much. Um, and I think it's an opportunity that everyone should take advantage of, because I feel like you just enrich yourself not only with like things outside of yourself, like outside of your control, but just like within yourself and things that are in control. So I think I just learned that life is coming from us, not at us, and you just have to kind of go about life doing your best and attempting your best. all will go well.
My main takeaway was definitely just how much more open-minded I became afterwards and how much more willing I was to try, or I am to try new things. I feel like when I went to study abroad, yes, it was so beautiful, but there was also that feeling of, wow, everything is new, and I just saw it as something to conquer, and I feel like I see my everyday as that now, and I feel like I'm a lot more open when meeting new people from different backgrounds and just experiencing a different culture every day. It took adjustment, but it was a really beautiful experience, and I feel like I was able to grow a lot from that, and to learn a lot more about myself as well.
Yes, I would 100% recommend traveling. I think for me, a personal goal has always been to like go to every country that I can. And just like being in so many different countries, I feel like you have to be so open-minded, and you have to go in there with like the expectations that it's not the same as like what you perceive back home, but that's okay because everyone has a different life, everyone is a different person, and it's so cool to learn about countries' histories and countries' cultures, and like come back and learn about new things and be like, oh wow, well, like I was there, you know.
I would definitely recommend traveling to other countries. I traveled as much as I could on the weekends, and also there's the spring break that's a week long, so that's a really good opportunity to take advantage of, or even maybe plan ahead if you can. I'd recommend booking your flights and your hotels, hostels, or Airbnbs sooner, and it just makes it a lot more inexpensive. And a lot of the cities nearby are really cool and great places to explore, so I'd highly recommend going on day trips, weekend trips, as much as you can, if you can.
Goodbye, Amsterdam.
Bye, Amsterdam. Sad to say goodbye.